Are you struggling to close deals? Cold outreach is wasting the time of both the buyer and seller at every stage, especially when sellers are using shallow and outdated data. Your organization can overcome these challenges with technology that translates comprehensive, high-quality buyer data into real-time insights. These deeper insights empower sales reps and teams to adopt the habits of top performers, which leads to better outcomes, like more pipeline, higher win rates, and larger deals. We call this deep sales. And we've built the first deep sales platform with the next generation of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/trial and get started.
Welcome to episode 7 of Criminality. Rebekah's giving me the nod, so I'm already off to a good start. Criminality, because loving reality isn't a crime.
Nailed it.
I did it.
I was actually nodding because I'm like, oh, 7. Okay, cool. She says so.
It gave me the confidence to continue. So
Good.
Really, that's all I needed. How are you doing, Rebekah? We've had 2 weeks since our last episode, right?
I know, too long. 2 weeks too long. I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day. It's gonna be like Florida temps today, 80. So Melissa's like
we're
that is
90s.
Not,
We're
okay,
90s
so that makes
today.
sense.
I get it.
If we've peaked, but I don't really love 80 in April, but I'm not gonna complain about it. The sun is shining. It feels so good.
Yeah.
New York is blooming, and it gives me hope. So I'm good. I feel hopeful.
That's the perfect way to be. Yeah, we're like at the point already where you're just like cursing under your breath whenever you stand outside and you already know you can't wear your hair down anymore. Like those days are gone, long gone. So you're just looking for water sources and AC, and that's all there is.
So you don't get like much of a spring in Florida.
No, but let me tell you, the 3 days we have are magical.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fun. I mean, things are blooming, but then things next to them are dying because it's too hot. I always talk about weather. Why do I do that?
I brought it up. I started it. It's not interesting,
sorry.
but I can't help it because it changes so much in New York. It affects my mood. Maybe it's seasonal affective disorder. I don't know officially, but I am deeply affected by it. So if we talked last week, we'd be having a very different conversation.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm feeling like light because literally I feel the sunshine. So
yeah, no, I remember hearing about seasonal affective disorder the first time and I was like, is that a real thing? And then it's cloudy and I'm like, why do I want to stay in my bed all the time?
Stay in my bed. For me, it's like a little darker.
Stay in my bed and eat Dominoes just off of my chest, just throwing it off my clothes.
Yeah, that's getting closer. Closer.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, Rebekah, we don't have any real announcements, anything like that going on. I did want to mention before we started this episode that I'm going to briefly mention eating disorders. If this is a sensitive topic for you, please take care while listening. So, Rebekah, you have no idea what I'm talking about this week.
None at all. I can't even imagine what it might be.
Well, buckle up. So my 3 clues were France, which it was very generous that I used that as a clue. The other one was twin.
Yeah.
And the third was rapper.
Well, I'm just trying to think of a rapper who's a twin and nobody came to mind.
Well, don't do that because that is not the way I went down this rabbit hole.
Okay, then please put me out of my misery.
You'll get there. Okay, Rebekah. Hello, Rebekah. We're going to be talking about a lady who is a reality star, daughter of a celebrity, actress, mom, and a woman who eventually found her endless love. By the end of this topic, I hope you'll be dancing on the ceiling with joy once we've discussed the less than simple life of Nicole Richie.
Like, I know it's not Whitney Houston, and yet I want to say Whitney Houston.
Oh, gosh. I think Lionel Richie was dancing on the ceiling. I have it in bold, which means it's a song title.
It is. But I don't know which one of those made me go to Whitney. But Oh my gosh, this is good.
Yeah?
Wait, what's the twin? I'll wait
Okay.
for it. I'll wait for it.
Yeah, it's coming. It ain't her, but it's coming. And
Oh
France
my
again.
gosh.
Yeah. I'm glad I pulled one over on you.
Oh,
Yay.
big time. So excited.
Yeah. So we know Nicole Richie as the daughter of legendary crooner Lionel Richie, but what you might not have known is how she became a Richie. And if you're thinking it's because Lionel and his wife got it on all night long, well, how dare you? This is not that kind of show. And also, that's my last Lionel Richie title.
Oh, I was
so
just
you're
going to
good.
say, how many Richie reference song lyrics are we going to get?
I knew I have a small window of time where people will tolerate it. And then after that, they're going to be like, I can't do this anymore. I can't take it. Nicole actually came into the Richie family in a much more interesting way. In 1983, Lionel Richie was attending a Prince concert. And so while he's there, he sees this little 2-year-old girl standing next to Prince with a tambourine and is just joyful, happy, playing this tambourine. And he's just said, she immediately catches my eye. And so Lionel played with her for a little bit, and then he asked, whose daughter is this? And he found out that her parents were a man named Peter Escovedo, who was a musician, and the brother of singer Sheila E. You know Sheila E.
Yes.
I know Sheila E. in the sense that I know she's associated with Prince. I don't know her that well, to be quite honest.
Same. But
Yeah.
I would know the name. I know who you're talking
Right.
about.
Peter is Sheila E.'s brother, and the girl's mother was Karen Moss, who was the assistant to Sheila E. So if you don't know those names, minus Sheila E., that's okay. They're not, giant superstars that you would have heard at some point, really. So this little girl's name, though, is Nicole Camille Escovedo.
Aw.
And later Lionel said, he feels like it was a chance meeting, but when he meets her, he plays with her, asks who her parents are, and then he kind of just puts it out of his head. He doesn't think anymore about it. But the music community is really small, and Lionel learns that this couple is having difficulties. She's on tour with her mom and dad. She's going from place to place, doesn't have a lot of stability, and the parents are having a really difficult, time in their relationship. So he says he doesn't know exactly how the conversation came up. He doesn't remember, but he speaks to his wife, and they decide to ask if they could help with Nicole temporarily while her parents get on their feet. So it makes sense to everyone in this situation because Lionel can provide stability. He's on the road a lot. His wife will be home, and they know Sheila E. They're good friends with her, so it's a close enough family situation that this isn't, out of nowhere. So Nicole goes to live with the Richies for what was supposed to be a really temporary period, and they end up becoming her legal guardians. Unfortunately, things don't really get better with her mom and dad, her birth mom and dad, and so by the time she's 9 years old, she is adopted by Lionel and his then wife, Brenda Harvey, and that's when she changes her name officially to Nicole Richie.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those stories where I knew a tiny, tiny piece of it, but I knew she was adopted, but I didn't know the whole background of it, which is really fascinating to me. So Sheila E. writes in her biography that really the hardest time in this whole thing is whenever Nicole's name changes. Then it's like she's no longer a part of their family. She is, but when that name changes, that was just a really hard time for everyone. And I totally get how that would be.
Sure.
Rebekah, I should have asked you this before. What is your relationship to Nicole Richie? Are you a Nicole head?
I would not say I'm a Nicole head. I find her super watchable and interesting.
Right?
She's funny.
Very.
And she evolves so much. She had such an evolution, right? Like Simple Life.
I love it.
Nicole Richie. And then when she's a judge on Project Runway, very different Nicole Richie's. And I
Right.
appreciate it. She matured, grew up. But I know she was a wild child. So I don't know. She's very compelling, but not a Nicole head.
No, maybe by the end of this, you will be.
I might be.
We'll make a bunch of Nicole stans. That's the word I should have said. Nicole stans. I'm
We're
about
cool. We
10
know.
years too old for that one. So whenever she's been adopted, Lionel and Nicole actually have a few interviews. He talks about how difficult this time was for Nicole because Lionel's going on the road. So every time he would leave, she would have a really hard time, thinking he was gone forever. And you can see how that could happen, And so it took a while for her to really let her guard down with her dad. And he just spoke about how that was really kind of a hard time, that she was kind of a hard kid at first. And then eventually she accepted that he would come back. Being the daughter of a celebrity, though, would be hard on anyone. Lola, Nicole, anyone.
Yes, in some ways very hard. In some ways probably pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But Nicole seemed to really revel in it. She's really witty and smart, and she always seemed destined for the spotlight. Even whenever Lionel sees her for the first time, she's just, a little star, really. So when Nicole's a teenager, unfortunately, Lionel and Brenda, her adoptive parents, go through this really bad divorce. Very messy. Hashtag messy. I should have come up with a better hashtag, but it was not good. Because Lionel had been cheating on Brenda with a woman by the name of Diane Alexander, and he and Diane eventually got married, and they divorced as well in 2004. It was with Diane, though, that Lionel had 2 kids, one of which, first of all, looks like Drake, and I thought it was Drake. I didn't write his name down, but I Googled it, and I was like, what Drake is? I couldn't figure it out. That's how little I know about Drake as well. And the other one is Sophia Richie, better known as the 18-year-old that dated Scott Disick that isn't Amelia Gray.
Oh my gosh. Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just saw a 3-image lineup of Amelia Gray, who you just said, Sophia Richie, and Kourtney Kardashian. And it was like, Scott Disick has a type. And yeah. He does.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
when you put them all next to each other, it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So during this time after their divorce, Nicole decided to live with her mom, Brenda, her adoptive mom, Brenda. At this time, she enrolls her in a posh LA private school that was home to some other celebrity kids, including Paris and Nikki Hilton. Man, it's so weird how all the reality shows kind of
converge.
It's all the
somewhere.
Same people. Yeah. It's
totally.
a Kevin Bacon, but the middle person is Kyle,
Yeah. Kyle truly is the epicenter of all of the people.
Even to Bethany Frankel. Like,
I know.
She was an assistant, right?
Yeah, Bethany drove the Hilton kids around and was kind of assistant nannying for them.
Can you imagine? She has so much power now, but then she had to be more quiet and timid, and I'd pay for that.
But do you think she was? I don't know.
But do you think that little Kathy would put up with it if she wasn't?
Right. Yeah, maybe Kathy Hilton, I maybe she would not tolerate someone that she employs acting like the boss, right?
Right. Nicole was and really is a free spirit who's always alive at the party. And it was during this time at this school that she begins using fake IDs to get into clubs and develops a little bit of a party girl rep. She said she was experimenting with drugs during high school, and by the time she was 21, she said she had even dabbled in heroin.
Ugh.
Yeah, really sad. Nicole even had some legal trouble, which is why we are talking about her today. So in 2002, she was arrested for a fight she was involved in a nightclub in New York City. Do you know any tea on this? Because I can't find a word about this.
No, definitely not. But I did watch the Paris Hilton documentary recently, and Paris had a fake ID and was running those same clubs. I don't know if it was them that got in a fight, but I'm sure it was the same club, same era.
Yeah, Kyle Richards adjacent, possibly.
Yes.
Yeah. So the charges are dropped, and you really can't find anything on it. I looked around, and everything was just those 2 sentences.
Okay.
But in 2003, things take a more serious turn, and she's arrested, this time in Malibu, where she did not have a driver's license, real or fake, and was in possession of heroin.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. After this arrest, Nicole talks to her dad and says, hey, I need some help. And he seemed to be a really great dad. He cancels all of his tour dates and says, me and your mom, who don't get along, are going to do whatever we can to get you help, which I thought was really great.
Good.
Yeah. So Nicole's really kind of floundering at this point and doesn't have any real direction, but it wouldn't take long before she becomes a star in her own right. Back in 2003, reality TV was really heating up, and some of our best shows come out during this time. You just remember there's something on every night, just garbage, just so much garbage for our eyes, Rebekah.
It was a good year.
What a great time to be alive. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So everyone's looking for the next big show. And the producers at Fox have this, I think it ended up being a really great idea. They think, let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to TV shows that worked back in the 60s and 70s, but let's make them reality. So the idea for The Simple Life, you probably won't be surprised to know this, was inspired by Green Acres.
Yep.
See, I didn't know that, but it makes total sense.
I think I vaguely remember even promo images of the 2 of them posing like the 2 main characters of Green Acres.
Yeah, with
the pitchfork and
the one overall down. Yep. Yeah, I don't know why the overall down is in my brain, but
you
okay,
love your
Melissa.
overalls, as do I.
I do, yeah. But if you don't remember Green Acres, you're definitely under 35, or you didn't grow up in my house where Green Acres was the place to be. So the idea of Green Acres is this privileged rich woman played by Zsa Zsa Gabor, which makes 2 episodes I've mentioned Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Wow, you're really resurrecting her her profile.
Yeah, that's 2 more times since she's been mentioned in all of 2021.
Yes. Exactly.
So Zsa Zsa Gabor in the show moves from New York to a farm. What I would imagine Rebekah moving to Florida would be like.
That would be show worthy.
Yeah. It's a totally different life. They're living on this farm. The woman fights it. The husband loves it. Comedy ensues. So that's basically the whole premise. So the producers of Fox thought it would be a really great idea to do this, but with a celebrity angle. So they thought, bring some celebrities to this rural area, take away their phones, take away their cars, take away their money, and let them see what it's like to live like ordinary people, which is kind of offensive.
I mean, completely.
But I love it. It's great TV, but it is kind of like, oh, you think my life is terrible? I didn't know to think my life was terrible. The sun shines out. We've got that.
I think maybe the only reason it worked is that at different points in most of the episodes, you laugh at both parties.
Absolutely.
The joke wasn't always on the normal people. It was often on the girls.
I think more often than not it was on
More
them,
often than not.
great.
Exactly. Right.
Exactly. It made it super fun. The original idea was to take a celebrity family and move them to the South. Yeah, but they realized this would be pretty difficult. And I don't know. I guess they were just like, we don't have that kind of money. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Rebekah, what families would you like to see cast in a Simple Life remake?
That's such a good question. Would they be like an existing reality family?
They can be. They can be.
Yeah. Why would I mention like my friends, the Smiths? Like,
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Definitely people we've heard of, please, for this podcast episode.
My
Rebekah.
cousin Dana.
Okay.
How about one of the Jersey families
Ooh,
move down south?
Yeah,
That's a real culture clash.
that would be.
Particularly, who would we most want to see down there? I'm going to say Jennifer Aydin's family because I want to see her kids in that environment. I want to, I would, and Bill could have a practice in the South.
Oh man,
yeah.
Oh, imagine all the work you would have.
Exactly, the Aydins.
Yeah. Oh, the Aydins, that's a good one. I was thinking Lohans just because I want to see them fight in like a pigsty. I don't know why that's something that comes to my brain. Even Lisa Rinna. Imagine Lisa Rinna if she can't do a TikTok video on her husband who never wants her even there. Have you seen those videos where she's dancing, like twerking on him and he's just cooking and like could not be bothered with her?
It's like she's not even there.
I'm like, this is like a toddler looking for attention. It's so difficult. I would love it. I'll watch it a million times.
It's not that hard to watch. Yeah, because I keep watching. Yeah, no, Rinna would be good. Rinna would be good,
yeah. But either way, they decide not to go with that. Sorry, that was a long rabbit trail, but they decide not to do that, and they decide to go in a different direction. So during this time that they're trying to figure out who are we going to use, Paris Hilton is actually at Fox auditioning for other things. She's looking to get into acting. Mm-hmm. And so she meets with one of the departments at Fox looking for some acting ideas or, getting an acting spot. And this talent agent that meets her thinks she's really real and raw and able to make fun of herself or, not really take herself too seriously. And they talk to the other department. They talk to the development department and basically say, I think we have somebody for you. You should do this show with Paris Hilton. And so Paris and Nicole were offered to star in The Simple Life. Just kidding. It wasn't that easy.
I can't wait to hear the details.
So when I mentioned Paris and Nicole here, I'm actually referring to Paris and Nikki Hilton. Producers originally thought the sisters would be great at this, but Nikki, not interested in any of this. Which, did you hear the thing where Nikki was on a podcast? It might have been Nikki and Paris when they found out their mom was going to be on the Beverly Hills.
No.
I almost said Beverly Hillbillies. Whenever they found out Kathy was going to be on it, they basically said, we're hearing rumors that you're going to do it. Don't do it. You don't even watch the show. And she was already on at that point.
Oh, that
Didn't
is
tell them.
So funny. Nikki is definitely the camera shy one.
Right. And I don't blame her. There's a lot of pictures from the early 2000s I wouldn't want to be involved in, and she stayed out of.
Yep.
Yeah, so Nikki's not interested, and they decide, Paris is saying, I'll do it on my own. And they're like, no, we want this to be a duo, which genius. I think that is really great. So Paris allegedly asked a few of her friends, including Kimberly Stewart, daughter of musician Rod Stewart, and sister to Sean, who is the ex-lover of who in this world is Adrienne Maloof. Do you remember whenever Sean and Adrienne dated?
No.
Oh my gosh. Right after the breakup with Paul and Adrienne, she started dating Sean Stewart.
I think I blocked this out.
I think he blocked it out. I think she blocked it out.
Ugh.
I think pages have been taken down on the internet, but it definitely happened with that Tinsel hair beauty started dating Sean Stewart. So
weird.
I'll never let that go. And she also allegedly wanted, okay, I don't know if this one's true, Band-Aid heiress, I want to say Harris, Band-Aid heiress Casey Johnson as her sidekick for the show. Apparently she hasn't done anything because, I mean, in the reality world, I have not heard.
Yeah, not a household name.
No relation to Kyle at this point. So
that we know of.
Yeah, probably 2 degrees. So for one reason or another, it didn't work out, and eventually the duo became Paris and her former classmate, Nicole Richie. Love it.
You don't always have to be first choice, you know?
No, she was definitely further down on the line, and it does hurt to kind of be like, she was like, really? Can I just do it by myself? No. How about this person or this person?
I know.
Band-Aids? Are you interested in Band-Aids? Because she's here. What about the guy that invented alcohol wipes? I can find his daughter.
Post-its. Where's that guy?
Yeah, exactly. So Fox pulls out their big guns and they hire Bunim Murray to produce this show. Am I saying that right? Is it Bunim Murray?
That's how I would say it.
Okay. I know one of them passed away and I don't want to be disrespectful, but we're going with Bunim Murray. If they want to write to us, they can. So Bunim Murray is the name behind huge shows like The Real World. Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Didn't realize that was theirs. I don't know why.
No, I thought it was Seacrest's production company.
I think he has some. I mean, I know he has something to do with it, but I think.
But yeah, they must be the bigger supporting bankroll.
It's on their website for sure.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah. As well as everyone's favorite reality show that was shot in Mykonos, starring a ginger starlet, Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club.
Right.
Did you see any of that?
It's a hit. That was a hit.
Yeah, that one was not great. Wasn't
I just the dance, you know, that's what we got from that one.
That's
the dance scene around the world.
It is so good. And you can't even replicate it. As a bad dancer, I can't even do enough bad things to be able to do it. And that was hard for me. I thought I could really nail a dance.
You're like, this will be my one shot.
So production on The Simple Life began 18 years ago to the day we're recording this. Production started May 2nd, 2003.
That's crazy. It's crazy that it was 18 years ago, and it's crazy that we're recording this today.
I know.
You planned it.
I did plan it. I've got my life so organized. I've Googled all these things. You know, it's just my murder board, different things going on. Totally.
Great.
Yeah. This was not
now I have
by
to
chance.
add that to my list of criteria when researching must record on day of original release date. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Melissa.
There's really no pressure there, but we will not record it if you do. If you don't.
Perfect.
So Paris and Nicole end up, starting this show, and they end up moving in with the leading family in Altus, Arkansas. And really, comedy gold really was born there. The duo shares many ridiculous moments, including Paris seemingly never even hearing of a Walmart because she asked if that's where people buy walls.
I remember.
I have a question. Do they have Walmart in New York? Is that a stupid question?
It's not a stupid question. Not in New York City.
Okay.
But in New York State and suburbs outside, yes.
Okay.
But Walmart's not like a go-to.
Yeah.
In the 5 boroughs. But obviously I'm from New Jersey. I know about Walmart. We have Targets in the city, but no Walmarts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who said you didn't learn anything? Cue the shooting star. The more you know. So the show was a huge success for Fox, and it produced several seasons. But like all good things, this was not meant to last. Rebekah, I'm going to send you a clip from here. I want you to see if you know who the person in this clip is. That's the key here. It's a little different. And so, Rebekah, from this clip, tell me if you notice, if you know who the third girl in this scene is.
Third girl. I'm so excited. I love clips. Hold
Okay.
How old are you?
32.
Do you have kids?
One.
Where's the mom of the
She's
baby?
in Texas.
So you're married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Wait. What are you here for?
I mean, I have a guess, but it doesn't make sense age-wise at all.
Oh, please guess. We are open to guesses.
I mean, I'm getting Katie Mahoney vibes, but it can't be her.
It's not Katie Mahoney. It is a K. And this person also has a music symbol in their, not a music, a $ symbol in their name.
Kesha?
Kesha. That is Kesha.
Okay, now I see it. Now, okay, not Katie Mahoney. That's weird.
It is, right? And that
was unexpected.
I know. I was surprised too whenever I went through and I saw some clip of her like watching that, years later. But yeah, it's a really, I don't know.
Bizarre. Like you never know who you're going to find in these old shows. Like they're like little Easter eggs.
Yeah, absolutely. So the show was not going to last forever. And the idea for this 4th season, they, are pitching it to Paris and Nicole and say, we're going to bring you guys to Hawaii, which I don't understand how that's going to be simple, really. But at this point, there's rumors circling that Paris and Nicole are no longer friends.
Right.
And Rebekah, do you remember the infamous quote? It's no big secret that Nicole and I are no longer friends. Nicole knows what she did, and that's all I'm ever going to say about it.
Yes, I sure do.
Like Sheena Shea, I just want to get that tattooed on my arm. It's like,
yeah, yeah, it's deep.
It is. So the thing is, though, we don't know. Tell us,
Never
Paris.
found out.
Right. This is the 2000s version of the Alanis Morissette song, You Oughta Know. And we all think it's Dave Coulier, but when you listen to the lyrics, you pray to God that it wasn't Dave Coulier she's singing about. Because then how do you watch Full House ever again with that being your image of Dave Coulier? Cut it out.
Well, now between that and Lori Loughlin, we have even fewer reasons to be able to watch it and feel good about it.
I know. So,
but yeah, we don't ever find that out, do we? Or did you?
Well, it's rumored, Rebekah, that when Paris hosted Saturday Night Live, which that was its own thing, Nicole was at a viewing party and she played part of Paris's sex tape for the audience that was there. So I can see why Paris would not only not want to be friends with her, but also not want to say what it was.
Of course. Why bring more light onto that?
Right.
If she did that, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, no, it's terrible if that actually did happen. You can see how, she would be like, I don't want to work with her anymore. This is terrible. Get me the Band-Aid girl.
Of course.
As they say, though, the show must go on and Fox still wanted more seasons. So Paris tells him can't work with Nicole and really was telling anyone who would listen in the media, that she was going to be working with Kimberly Stewart, which I don't know why she rides so hard for Kimberly Stewart, but she does. But apparently Fox must not have been a huge fan of Kimberly Stewart because once again, they were like not doing it. And Paris and Nicole do one more season together, but the show and their friendship tanked really. And Fox decided not to renew The Simple Life. One rumor that was kind of interesting is that at the time, Nicole was dating DJ AM. Do you remember him, Adam Goldstein?
Yeah, sure.
And so Adam Goldstein and, I can bring this back to Kyle. Wait, can I? Adam Goldstein was in the airplane crash with Travis Barker, who's now dating Kourtney Kardashian, who I don't know how to get it to Kyle from there. I'm sure you could do. Is mom is best friends with Kathy, who's sisters with Kyle, right? Did I do it?
Kris Jenner?
Yeah.
Best friends with Kyle, yes.
Okay.
But also Faye Resnick with Jenner.
The morally corrupt
the
Faye
dad.
Resnick.
Yeah, she was best friends with Nicole Brown Simpson, who is best friends with, she was in the circle with Kris Jenner.
Right. Do you ever think...
That's related, right?
Yeah. Do you ever think like, wow, I have a lot of useless things in my brain because just watching us unpack that was...
It's why I started a true crime trivia show. Yeah. It's like, where do I put all this?
I love
stay
it.
Here.
I know. It's got to get out.
But wait, I feel like we're in the beginning stages of creating a board game or an app or like some 6 Degrees of Kyle
Wait,
Richards game.
TM. This is ours.
Yeah. It's ours. Back off.
I don't know how TMs work, but I feel like if you say it on a podcast, it's ours.
100%.
Right?
It's our IP.
Yeah.
It's on the vision board. I'll put it on the vision board immediately. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she's dating DJ AM at the time, and it's rumored to be maybe Paris was putting this out there, something that she and DJ AM, who were engaged at the time, were possibly going to get a newlyweds type of show, and kind of like that's her parting gift to not do The Simple Life anymore.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't see anything else about that, so I obviously nothing came from that. I would watch a Nicole Richie show, but, obviously everything that happened with him ended up being super dark and, sad. So it's hard to think what that would have looked like.
Right.
So during her time on the show, though, many noticed and commented on Nicole's weight fluctuation. And this is something she commented on, quite frankly. When her dad saw all the attention the media was giving it, he had a really honest conversation with her and wanted to get her help, whatever she was really needing. And that's whenever she stepped away from things and she sought treatment. So back to the legal part of our show. As far as arrests go, Nicole unfortunately still has one more to go. So, on December 11th, 2006, Nicole was arrested after driving in the carpool lane the wrong way. Do you remember this?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But yikes.
Yeah. So drivers in the area call 911. This is in California. And they report this black Mercedes SUV is going the wrong direction. And so she's luckily pulled over before anything happens. She's pulled over, as she's turning around. And she tells the officers, I'm following my friend and I got lost. So when the officers are there, it's just her. There's no friend. There's no other car that came back. It's just her. So she fails the field sobriety test and tells officers that she had taken Vicodin and had marijuana earlier. So she's booked on misdemeanor DUI and posts $15,000 bail. But this was a serious offense because she already had a DUI. So she was facing up to 10 years in jail. Ultimately, though, she was sentenced to 4 days in jail, but only ended up serving 82 minutes behind bars. You remember that?
Oy.
They were all arrested around the same time, right? Paris, Nicole,
Lindsay Lohan,
maybe? Yeah, all of them. It was all around the same time. And they all, if they got sentences, it was like long enough to go in and take their fingerprints and come out.
It was almost like a formality.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But at this time, at the time of her trial, Nicole is seen with her then boyfriend, a twin, Joel Madden.
Okay. Yeah. Is Benji the other?
Yeah, Benji, who is married to Cameron Diaz.
Oh, nope, not Hillary
Cameron
Duff.
Diaz. She left
Why did I
Hollywood.
think Hillary Duff?
I don't. Maybe. Oh, you know what? No, she dated them. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
I remember one article I
has a type
read.
too.
He does, where she was at a photo shoot and she was playing Good Charlotte, and I don't know why that stuck in. Another thing that just sticks in my head.
Why?
Why can't I ever remember how many ounces are in a cup? Why? I don't know, but I can remember Hillary Duff photo shoots.
Photo shoot playlist. I'm just glad I wasn't totally wrong about that.
Oh,
but
no.
yes, married Cameron Diaz. Okay.
Yeah, and she basically left Hollywood. Apparently those Madden boys are magic because the women that they love just kind of, I don't know, like Cameron Diaz left Hollywood for Benji Madden. I haven't been able to wrap my mind around that.
Something we don't know.
Yeah, there's something that we don't know in the twin world. So Joel really, though, has seemed like a really calming force in Nicole's life. Since she's met him, the two have had 2 kids, a daughter named Harlow in 2008 and a son named Sparrow in 2009. Oh. Yeah. In fact, Harlow's the inspiration behind Nicole's mega fashion line,
House of Harlow.
Way to go. I knew you would know that. So House of Harlow started out as more kids wear, I guess, but eventually becomes this lifestyle brand and one that's done pretty well for her.
Yeah.
Beyond a fashion line, Nicole has become a published author. She's written 2 books.
Of course she has.
Mm-hmm. One of which is considered to be a semi-autobiographical novel called The Truth About Diamonds. Which, how is that not the Liz Taylor story?
I know. I was waiting for the title to be more like A New Day for the Girl Who Partied All Night Long or something.
Ooh, that sounds like Hard Night, Good Day, Mama D and Deandra on Dallas.
I thought it brought in her
It's
legacy,
great. I
her
love
dad.
it. Yeah, for sure.
Just
Oh,
kicking it around.
great job.
That's why I'm here, just here to put out book titles.
I'm picking up what you're dropping. Okay, great. So it received 4.1 stars on Amazon, where one reviewer called it the worst piece of crap I've ever read.
I'm really here for these one-line zingers that are just like, just no, I can't.
Yeah.
Worst thing I've ever read.
I love it. I love whenever it's like, okay, question mark. I'm like, well, don't. You don't mean it. Or the 5 stars that are only 1 star. They're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever read, and it's 1 star. And you're like, what?
Some people don't understand the rules of reviewing.
Yeah. Here's a fun story. My father-in-law, my husband did some website work for him, for his company. And my husband said, could you just review me? And he's like, sure. And he goes, Melissa, look at this. And he gave him 4 stars. I was like, why would he give you 4 stars? And he asked him, he goes, well, 4 stars looks more honest. Like if I do 5 stars, people won't believe it. But
it's like nepotism.
Yeah. But he was just like, no.
That's so adorable.
Isn't it? But he was like,
it's very sweet.
The only person that tanked my ratings is my father.
That's really cute.
Yeah, he's great. But Nicole writes one more book, and this one's called Priceless. I mean, you had to pay at least $14.99 for this book. So who's calling
no
it
subtitle?
Priceless? No colon to be found. Just priceless.
Because to me, again, you got to kind of like incorporate who you are to people. And she is of simple life fame. So to me, it should be like priceless. The not so simple life to luxury or something like that. Nicole, have your people call my people.
I know. We're basically looking to get you more business in copywriting and stuff like that. That's all we're doing.
I am for hire.
Yeah. So this book is released on September 28th, 2010. Did you happen to read it? Know it existed?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Yeah.
Didn't know it existed, but I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, me either.
Good for her.
Yeah, exactly. So this one seems more upbeat, and it's about a girl who loses everything and finds out what really matters.
Oh, it's a novel?
It's a novel. These are both novels, by the way.
I'm so sorry. I thought these were memoirs. My bad. Titles retracted and redacted.
Well, I still think she could do it. No, the first one was more. It was said to be semi-autobiographical. So
like Tinsley's book.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Back to that. But
Have you ever had that moment when you're leaving the house and you wonder, did I lock the door? Or worse yet, you start spiraling and you imagine all the what ifs. I used to feel that way all the time, but it wasn't until a few years ago when I heard about a break-in just a few blocks away that I realized I needed to really step up my home security game. And now I can spiral about the what ifs on things that don't matter, like reality stars, instead of the what ifs of home security. We've had SimpliSafe protecting our house for the last few years now, and it's a total game changer. With SimpliSafe's Fast Protect monitoring, I know within 5 seconds if something's actually up, and the lifeguards can actually speak to intruders to stop them. That's faster than a reality TV star can throw a drink. One of the things I really love the most is you're not locked into some over-the-top 90-day fiancé level contract drama. SimpliSafe is actually affordable as well, less than $1 a day with no hidden fees, so it's easy to love. It's no wonder they've been named Best Home Security Systems by U.S. News and World Report for 5 years running. Whether you want to install it yourself, it really takes less than an hour, or have a professional handle it, SimpliSafe is as easy as flipping channels between Chimp Crazy and The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So why wait for the drama to happen? Get SimpliSafe and know your home is covered just like I did. Protect your home with 50% off a new SimpliSafe system, plus a free indoor security camera when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafe.com/criminality. That's simplysafe.com/criminality. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Achieving a gorgeous grin from home isn't a total mystery with Bite Clear aligners. Just don't be surprised if all of your sleuthing friends start asking, "What's your secret?" Begin by ordering your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95. Bite Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer flexible financing, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
I feel like this plot is kind of like from Britney Spears' song "Lucky." That's what I got. I got Lucky vibes.
Okay.
So
okay. I missed that these were novels.
No,
okay.
sorry. There's a chance I skipped that whole sentence. I don't have my glasses on. So Nicole hasn't just taken on writing and fashion and reality TV. She's also taken on scripted roles. She's guest starred in roles on Chuck, Eve, and 6 Feet Under.
Oh.
Yeah, and she co-starred in what is truly one of the most underrated comedies of the last decade. And I'm not kidding. This isn't me being facetious. Great News. It's on Netflix.
I love Great News.
Okay, thank you so much. Isn't it great? I mean,
Melissa, I'm so happy right now because not a lot of people have seen it.
No one's seen it, Rebekah. No
And
one's seen it.
Tell people to watch it, and they're like, okay, but I know they won't.
They put it on their list, those lying SOBs.
I mean, I've done the same thing.
Oh, of course.
This show is it is great. It is a great appreciated show. And freaking Tina Fey is on it and produces it.
Thank you so much. If nothing else from listening to our show, we need you to watch Great News.
I'm sorry. Of course she was on it, Nicole Richie. It's all coming back to me now. I am just having a real moment here because this whole time I'm thinking, what scripted show is she in?
I
and
know.
she was great on it.
So great, right? I thought the
Her
same
character
thing.
was perfect.
Yes. So she plays a co-anchor named Portia Scott Griffith, who's this uber cool 20-something opposite this older, boring newscaster. So funny. Perfect to play this role. I just sent you a clip that I don't know if we're going to play it, but this is, I say one of these lines all the time.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited that we're talking about great news and we have to tell everybody to watch it.
So this is one of my favorite scenes in the whole thing. Nicole is in this briefly, but the line is just perfect.
Hey, tonight we're going out.
Honestly, Katie, I'm really not in the mood.
Oh, come on, I just got a bikini wax. Well, I accidentally sat on a candle, but you can't argue with the results.
Fine.
I love saying, but you can't argue with the results.
Oh, it's too good. It's
Right?
so good.
It's
yeah.
so fast. And I think Nicole was perfect. I don't know that I would have picked her for it, but I love her in the role.
Me
She's
too.
she's
Me too.
absolute dynamite and just
Agree.
yeah. Like Tina Fey even said, like her comedic timing was perfect. And you really would think that's a risk to put her on there, but she did awesome.
No, she absolutely delivered. And I'm going to say I didn't mind her on Project Runway either, the times she was one of the judges.
Right.
I thought she had her own opinion. She was articulate. And I enjoyed her. So good for her.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you haven't checked that out, our show this week is not sponsored by anyone but Great News in our brains. So please.
Oh my gosh, I wish.
I know. Just us trying to bring it back. The whole purpose of the show just becomes us trying to get a third season.
They need another season.
I know. It's great. So Nicole, though, as Rebekah was saying, hasn't really shied away from reality TV completely. She's been on Project Runway. She's been on a couple other fashion shows, and I did not write that down. Sorry. But she also had her own reality show on VH1 called Candidly Nicole.
Oh, don't remember that at all.
It runs from 2014 to 2015. It reminded me very much of the Tori show on VH1. Like, there's this time when VH1 goes into this like weird scripted, unscripted reality for a little while, you know? And so it felt like she was playing herself. It's basically how I felt about that. So it's about her, you know, life and her day-to-day world, doing things like keeping bees and rapping.
I have heard about this.
Twins, rapping. And France is Paris. That was my third clue. Paris,
Melissa,
France.
you really were sneaky on this one.
I know. I really could have just said
good.
nothing and people would have guessed just as much. Actually, somebody wrote me and they had guessed The Simple Life. Would you believe that? Yeah.
Somebody I saw wrote in and was like, all I'm getting is Beyonce. And I'm like, I want to know how your brain works. I wish it was Beyonce, but I don't see it.
No, that would actually be really good. I like it. So she also ended up having a show on Quibi. Do you remember Quibi?
I do.
Here today, gone to Quibi.
I was going to say that was a short-lived, it was like digital TV.
Right. But wasn't it like the whole idea was 10 minutes or
15 minutes?
Something like that.
Or, yeah, maybe shorter.
Very short. It started off really strong for one day. And it started in the pandemic. That was part of the problem. I think they said that it came out during the pandemic.
Got lost.
But also I think like it's great time to blame something, right? Like what happened?
Absolutely.
To your show?
We can blame everything.
The pandemic.
Yes.
So she has a show on Quibi and it's called Nikki Fresh, which follows her rap career. Yeah, as Nikki Fresh, which is her rapping alter ego. And so she raps songs called things like The Bee's Tea, which is about saving bees, and Parent Trap about parenting. And she's really good. It's not my cup
I'm
of
not
tea.
surprised. She's so witty, funny. She's smart. I could see her coming up with some quippy verbiage, if you will.
For sure.
Yeah.
So that's really all I have on Nicole. I enjoyed really learning about her. She has had a really fascinating life. Just even how she became a Richie was really fascinating to me. But she is underrated, I think, as far as like comedic actresses. I cannot emphasize enough. Please, will you guys watch Great News so we can all talk about it?
Please. Yeah, we'll do like an Instagram live watch party. We should host a Netflix watch party.
Oh, yeah.
And force everybody.
Yeah, it's not like, will you volunteer to watch it? We're just going to do.
Yeah, no, only come if you're willing to watch
Yeah.
it. You'll thank us later, so don't be all like
for sure
sassy about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I'm totally down with that idea. And I really enjoyed learning about her too. I didn't know most of that. I find her toddler to Lionel Richie's daughter's story, like blowing my mind.
Right.
Is she still married to Benji?
Yeah. Or she's married to
Good for
Joel,
them.
and they've been married.
I mean,
since-
sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, they're
They've been
Madden, the twin.
married since either 2008 or 2009. So they've been
Okay.
married for a while. And he seems to stay out of things, like her projects and
Smart.
stuff. Yeah. But I think
Yeah.
that's why those kind of work. I think that's why Benji and Cameron, not Hillary Duff, work, because they're not all in each other's business.
Space.
Yeah, letting them be their
Trying-
own person.
Right. It's like, Melissa and Joe Gorga having that conflict right now. You don't want that.
Oh,
Not enough room for the two of them on one
Yeah.
screen. Ay.
Joe Gorga is getting a lot of hate this week, but I'm also seeing his Instagram posts. They're truly my favorite. His inspirational stuff.
My favorite / the worst.
Oh,
yes.
the worst. Somebody
They make no sense. And the photos, the juxtaposition, all of it. It's like, who is your team? I have to know. Who's doing your social?
It's literally somebody saying, "Send me all the pictures of your muscles, and we're
Right.
just gonna put BS on top of them." And he's
I'm gonna
like,
slap
"Sure."
some faux inspo on top.
Like, who goes to his page and is like, "I'm inspired. I'm ready to take on the world." After I saw his biceps and a post about no passion in your life. No.
I mean, now I have to look at one because some are just so.
Oh, Rebecca, if you're not following Joe Gorga's Instagram, follow it, but not to give him more followers. Just search it from time to time. Some people I will not follow, but I'll just search them from time to
Oh
time.
yeah, you can just check in. There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
But did you know, Melissa, that some people hate you because somebody lied to them about you?
Oh,
That's
no.
from Joey Gorga.
But I thought you were going to read an Instagram message or something that, did you know, Melissa, some people hate you? And I was like, this is not going
Oh
the
yeah,
way
this
I
is a
wanted.
new segment on the show. Did I not tell you? I'm going to read all our hate mail out loud. That's only about you, which we never get. So just kidding.
Did you know people hate you? I really just had a moment as an Enneagram 6 that was a little
You got a little
the dog
warm.
that sees all the things flashing before its eyes. Yeah, that was a lot. Very
Sorry.
inspirational. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that was amazing. And I also the reality show Firestorm. I mean, that was a lot of juicy
Right?
reality show info. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Good. I'm glad. I'm so glad to be done. As much as I loved presenting it to you guys, I pass the torch to you, Rebecca. Cannot wait.
Oh
what you have
boy,
next.
yeah. What do I have next? It's a good question. No, it's always really fun to be on this side of the mic. We've talked about it,
Yeah.
when it's not your week to go, because you just get to
Enjoy the
listen,
story.
cheer you on, and just exactly immerse yourself in the whole experience, which I did, and now I'm back to reality. And you're going to ask me what my clues are soon.
Yes, I am.
And now I'm going to start panting.
Yeah. Okay, Rebecca, what are you watching this week? I know you're watching TV. I'm not even going to say, are you watching anything? Because let's be honest, we're both watching TV.
I'm always watching TV, and I'm watching so many things right now, and they're all so different, and I like all of them, and I wanted to share all of them with you for different reasons, but I can only pick one, and this is the one I'm picking.
Which is a rule we made, by the way, that you could break.
It's true. I'm my boss is going to be mad at me. Looking around. No, it's fair. Let's not overwhelm.
Sure, of course.
This is what I watched most recently.
Okay.
So it's a good one. A good one to talk about, I should say.
Perfect.
3 clues. I never know whether to make this part of the clue, but the category would be a reality competition.
Okay.
First clue, B.
Okay.
Second clue, HBO.
Oh,
Third,
God.
do you know it? No, if you know based on 2 clues.
Is it the new Bethany?
It is. Do you know the
competition?
name?
Oh, I know it made me roll my eyes. Go ahead. What is it?
It's The Big Shot with Bethany Frankel.
Yeah, it made me roll my eyes.
It's essentially The Apprentice, Bethany's version, right? She's looking to fill a role in her company, and it's a reality show competition to get that role.
Yeah, and wasn't she on she was on The Apprentice, the
She sure
Martha
was.
Stewart one, right?
She was, yeah.
Okay. I haven't, what do you think about it?
I think there's only 2 episodes out, and I watched them and really enjoyed watching
Oh,
it.
okay.
I like a competition show that's not sporty, that's not survivaling. I enjoy, and it's kind of a little bit work I do-ish,
Right.
So she's looking for people with certain skill sets, a few of which I have.
Yeah.
Not mostly. She's watchable. She's funny and smart and quick.
Yeah,
So
she's very quick.
But she's also completely insane and really takes up a lot of room a lot
Right.
of space in a room, but can't stand people who do the same.
Yep.
I mean, she had the audacity to talk about how loud a guy was speaking. And I was like, have you heard yourself?
Right.
But I'm enjoying it. And so she's trying to fill the VP of operations. So this is like a very important role. And I'm like, is this real? Of course, I'm always trying to figure out, like, is this just a big scam?
Right.
The challenges are so fluffy. And I'm like, a VP of operations is like the person behind a desk in a room that cannot be bothered with all these shenanigans. So I don't know if they're really going to fill it with these people, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
If you have HBO, if you have HBO Max, watch it.
But if you don't,
don't get it. Don't get it for that. Get it for a million other great shows, but not for that.
Yeah.
I was also thought that was an interesting network to put it on.
It is, but I'm sure that Bravo is like, you do Housewives or you do nothing here. We don't want it.
That's true, but HBO is such a heavyweight. I just was like kind of impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, interesting.
Yeah.
But I'll keep watching.
Yeah, of course.
I want to know what minion gets this job. It's going to be tortured.
Right, exactly. Okay.
How about you?
So I am watching, it's on Paramount. Mine is
Wait. On Paramount?
on Paramount, whatever the Paramount app is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had an app.
Don't get it. I will tell you
Okay.
that. There's no reason. I only have it for this thing. And they played some old actually they have like old 16 and pregnant and stuff. So sometimes I find myself dabbling in that area. So so it's a competition show.
Oh, we have a theme.
With the elderly. And it's on Paramount. Not really the elderly. It's these aren't great clues.
Can I have one more hint?
Mark, Hisela, yes. Alton, Real World Las Vegas, Real World New York, Road Rules.
Oh. No, I don't know.
It's the Challenge All-Stars.
Oh, the Challenge All-Stars. It's not the Real World Reunion reboot.
No, but that's on the same app. That's like how it kicked off.
Got it. That's why I've heard Paramount recently. Okay.
So this actually is a competition, a physical competition, much like you hate.
I'm like, can't I just do something with technology?
I know, but this is so fun. So it's people from years past. These are whenever the Road Rules and Real World would come together years ago.
Yeah.
And so you're seeing these people that you watched, late teens, early 20s, and where they are now, which is where I said elderly. Yeah. I'm the same age as these people. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah. When you said that, I'm picturing, octogenarians competing.
No. It's
nothing was coming to mind.
Well, one time Beth was competing. I don't know if you remember Beth from Real World. I can't remember which one she was on, but she's just
remember Beth.
Yeah, she's just like a staple in all these things. And they are having her compete in something. She's like, guys, I'm not kidding. And she says to the producer, she's like, you have to let me stretch. I'm old. I have to stretch first.
It's no lie.
It isn't. And they play the greatest music. It's all music from that time. Like, when's the last time you heard Uninvited by Alanis Morissette?
Oh, that's fun.
Such a good song, right? And so I had that playing today. So it's just like this nostalgia. It's perfect. I love stuff like this. So it's made for me.
Yeah. No, that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
I like that we both did competition.
Yeah. Very, we went in
fun.
different directions. But yeah, no, those are both a lot of fun.
Yeah, good ones.
Yeah.
All right. See ya. No, just kidding.
We don't have to add these to our fake list. It's okay, Rebekah.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to make that
We don't have to do this
paltry
to each other.
promise
No.
to each other. We're beyond that now, Melissa.
I still want to know if you saw the Love, what is
Made for
Yes,
Love?
did you see that?
No,
Oh,
because
forget it.
because I told my husband about it. He's like, oh no, that sounds interesting. And we just we haven't watched anything together in a while. I think I'm saving it to watch with him.
Did he watch Bethany?
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
good. I was going to say if he watched Bethany.
No. I opened my laptop and started it, and he left the room and came back with my AirPods and threw them on the bed. I was like, noted.
Yeah. At least he got him for you. That was nice.
Yeah, no, that was really considerate.
I'll charge him whatever. Just please make this stop.
Yeah, he is not a fan.
No, I get it. Rebekah, what are your clues for next time in 2 weeks?
All right. I decided to just go a little more mainline with my clues.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes they're too obscure, and maybe it'll be fun to get some guesses.
Okay.
Yeah, yours were so hard.
Sorry.
And I feel like mine are usually just weird. So how about this?
Okay.
One season, sisters, Orlando Bloom.
Ooh, I like what you threw in there at the end. Okay, I think I know what it is, but I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm pretty excited too, actually. I'm enjoying the research very much.
Yay! Well, that sounds great. I'm so excited. And so we will be back in 2 weeks. Before we go, Rebekah, where can people find you on the social media?
You can follow me at Dialogue Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's at DIEALOGUEPOD, or my website is RebekahSebastian.com.
Very cool.
How about you, Melissa?
You can find me in my house. Well, don't find me in my house. You can find me at Moms and Murder on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But please don't go to Facebook. I don't want to be there. None of us want to be there.
I just said it because it's there.
Right, you have to. But, you know, do you want to be there? Nobody wants to be there. We're just stuck there. Yeah. So Twitter I'm more active on. And so you can find us there. And Criminality Show, we'll have links in the show notes where you can find us. Come talk to us. Let us know if you've watched Great News. Let us know if you want to watch Great News. And it will be great news when we can all watch it together.
Oh, that was beautiful. Also, I'm really enjoying at Criminality Show engaging with people. So do follow us there. It's a lot of fun.
So much fun.
Yeah, leave us a rating too if you haven't already.
Please do. That I do. I mean, I know we both read all the reviews. So you see there's a new review, you hold your breath because like Apple tells you, you know, the number's gone up and you're like, well, tomorrow I'll see what it is. And you look to see if it's a 1-star, if it could possibly be, and hold your breath if you want to read it. We're both fine.
Yourself.
We're both totally fine. This is normal. Yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, do that. That'd be great. And we will see you back in 2 weeks with Rebekah's new story. And I am going to just edit and take a break. I'm going to enjoy it.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Criminality. If you're enjoying the show, please head over to Apple Podcast or wherever you listen and give the show a rating and review. The reality is it would be a crime to keep your thoughts to yourself.
And come join the fun outside of the podcast and follow us on social media. We are at Criminality Show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Memes are welcome. We'll see you in 2 weeks with a new episode. Until then, you can catch my co-host Melissa on her weekly show, Moms and Murder.
And Rebekah Sebastian on her podcast, Dialogue, a true crime conversation. Don't forget, loving reality
Isn't a crime.